Matthew attempts the splits. Matthew is a 10-year-old boy who lives in Wandsworth. He loves sports. He can run super fast. He can balance on one leg. He can jump really high. But there's one thing that Matthew can't do. Matthew can't do the splits. At school, in his dance class, all his classmates are super flexible. They can do the splits. Today, in his dance class, his classmate asked him to attempt the splits. So Matthew attempted the splits. Matthew became stuck. He couldn't go any lower. His classmates all laughed at him. Matthew felt super embarrassed. That evening, after dance class, Matthew went home. Matthew told his mum what happened. Matthew said, "I can't do the splits. I'm never going to try to do the splits again. I became stuck today when I tried to do the splits." His mum smiled at him and said, "Don't say you can't. Don't give up on yourself. If you practice every day and you have the correct mindset, then you just might be able to do the splits." Matthew thought about what his mum said, and the next morning he made a plan. Matthew decided that every day he would stretch. Matthew decided he would stretch before school. Matthew decided he would stretch on the weekends. And so every day, on Sunday, on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, and on Saturday, Matthew would stretch. Even when Matthew felt tired and wanted to stop, he would remember what his mum had said about trying, about having a growth mindset. And so Matthew would continue to stretch even when he felt tired. After 2 weeks of stretching every morning, Matthew noticed a difference. He still could not do the splits, but he felt that he was becoming closer to doing the splits. In his dance class, his teacher noticed a difference in his flexibility and asked Matthew if he could show the rest of the class. Matthew felt shy. Matthew felt nervous and embarrassed. But he took a deep breath and decided to attempt the splits once again. And Matthew went down further. His leg stretched a little bit more. Matthew didn't become stuck. And his classmates didn't laugh. They cheered. They clapped. Matthew was shocked. And so for another month, he continued to stretch every morning until one day he attempted the splits once again. And Matthew achieved the splits. He could now stretch his legs super far. Matthew immediately told his mum. His mum gave him a big hug. Matthew was proud of himself. And Matthew learnt something really, really important. Matthew realized that small, consistent steps help you achieve your goals. That practice and patience allow you to improve. And that every small step brings you closer to success. Matthew learned the importance of a growth mindset. Well, this is the end of the story. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something new and that you can take away something from this little story about Matthew. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.